Hi, Geoff Riddell, CEO Asia Pacific Middle East and Chairman Global Corporate of Zurich Financial Services. An interesting aspect of Davos this year is that the suit and tie have come back into vogue. Serious business is being discussed. Networking is a major part of what's happening, making business contacts, developing business. Looking at my panel, I was lucky enough to be asked to moderate a panel on risk management and financial services. This obviously was dealing with a lot of the crisis issues. Absolutely super panel, very high powered. We had the head of the Central Bank of Brazil, head of the Central Bank of Canada, the president of Iceland, the head of the Asia Development Bank, John Lipsky from the International Monetary Fund. We had Andy Moss, who runs Aviva. We had Joe Perella of Wasserstein Perella fame, who now runs a niche advisory business himself. And I think that's the list. I'm just checking. Yep, that's everybody that was there. So a great cross section of business, international function. A lot of fun on the panel, which was a nice thing to see. Consensus at the end that one of the most important things, and one of the things that helped Brazil, helped Canada, helped insurance companies, was learning from past crises and not repeating the mistakes. Another very strongly shared view is that culture in a company is far more important than anything. Incentives can be a problem, but culture, good culture, will override negative issues from incentives. Bad culture will be exacerbated by the chasing of bonuses, and a feeling that regulators need to start looking at culture as a red flag to step in. Another consensus was that regulators didn't act enough, and the president of Iceland was very interesting in saying that when the banks were growing rapidly in Ireland, the voters were in Iceland were thrilled by this because it was increasing employment, increasing wealth, and it was next to impossible for the regulators to step in the way. Another couple of issues were that shadow banking must be regulated, that products need to be understood, that directors often don't understand what their companies are doing, and that has to be rectified. And lastly, that technology changes the risk management game. The pace at which the banks grew in Iceland was enabled by internet banking, and nobody really was ready to deal with that. And technology will bring new issues like that for us, and politicians, company heads, and regulators all need to be looking at that, trying to be ahead of the game. And we managed to discuss all of that with smiles and laughs, and a great end to my World Economic Forum.